If you make YouTube videos after work or on a weekend, YouTube just doubles the watch hours you need before they'll share ad revenue with you from 4,000 to 8,000. But I don't think the numbers even the most expensive part here. The real cost is the time it takes to make those videos that earn those hours, and what part of your life is supposed to pay for that time. So when I open my earn page, this part is basically completely green, and I published 3 public videos YouTube wanted me in the last 90 days. And right beside it right here, we have 108 qualified watch hours. And under the requirements we have right now, I basically still need 4,000 before YouTube shares any ad or premium revenue with me. So starting February 1st, 2027, new applicants will need 8,000. And if you look at your own number and said, how is a regular person with a job supposed to do that? I get it. It knocked my mood down too. Not because 8,000 is impossible, because possible and realistic are 2 different questions, especially when you don't have a team and you have an actual life outside of your channel. So this isn't another video just repeating the announcement. I want to show you what 8,000 actually looks like in a real viewing mass, who this really slows down and have to keep building without letting monetization eat the life you're building it around. So this is official announcement YouTube put on August 10th, and the 1,000 subscribers isn't the part that changed, but basically from February 1st, 2027, the watch hours for new applicants become 8,000 qualified watch hours in the last 365 days, or we have the short route, which 20 million qualified short views in the last 90 days. And these are requirements for ads and YouTube premium revenue sharing. And right here, the entry threshold for our fan funding and shopping products remain unchanged. It also says this does not impact creators already in a partner program. So that's the change. And for new applicants, both viewing requirements are basically doubling. But saying it doubles still doesn't answer the questions that matters more. Who can actually absorb those extra 4,000 hours? So as you can see, YouTube says they're doing this to keep pace with how much the platform has grown. And there's explanation is basically right here. But I also want to be very clear with you, because this next part is mine and it's not theirs. I really think that the flood of cheap and mass-produced content, the iSlop, all of it, is what YouTube is really trying to manage. I mean, you've seen it probably on YouTube too, the channels uploading basically the same recycled video 10 times a day, and nobody actually made those. Nobody sat down and cared about them. And I understand wanting to raise the bar, I kind of do, but the watch hour threshold does not slow them down. Those channels, they'll still basically will be uploading at the same speed tomorrow and then the day after that. It just makes the road longer for the person who is putting a real week of their life into one video. And that will be more harder for those beginner creators. And before I watch anyone else's reactions, this is a comment I left under the new YouTube updates for the YouTube Partner Program. So I understand wanting to raise the bar, especially with so much low quality mass-produced content being uploaded, but the channels pumping that out will keep pumping it out. This does not slow them down. It slows down the genuine beginner creators still learning to film and edit, doing this on the side, trying to share something real. So 8,000 watch hours is a huge ask for someone building slowly and putting real time into every single video. And you can see my comment got around 138 likes at this time, and creators at completely different stages reply because they basically saw the same thing. So it wasn't just me reacting to my own 108 hours. Other people could see who was missing from that announcement too. And I can also link this official video below if you want to read the responses yourself and decide whether you agree or disagree. But as you can see, the shared frustration still basically does not tell us whether 8,000 is realistic. So for that, the number needs an actual shape. So let's do a little bit of math here. So we can do 8,000 basically times 60. So we have 480,000. So 1,000 hours is 480,000 minutes of qualified watch time in 1 year. Let's do 8,000 divided basically by 365, right? So per 1 year. Across the year, your public videos would need to bring in almost like 22 qualified watch hours, basically like every single day. So if we can do 12 times 0.0, so we have 4.8. So let's use simple example. If your video is basically 12 minutes and the average person watches maybe like 40%, so your average view duration is it's 480 and 80,000 divided basically by 4.8, and that's our basically 100,000. So in that example, getting to 8,000 hours takes about 100,000 qualified long-form views across your basically whole catalog of videos. So inside one basically like rolling year. So let me give you an example on my personal comparison. So I have right now 108 qualified watch hours, right? So divided by 8,000 and 100. So we basically right now have 1.35. So my 108 hours are 1.35% of that. So just basically a little bit over 1% right now what I have of all of the 8,000 hours I need per year. That's an example, it's not a prediction. So your video length basically changes it. Your average view duration also changes it. And one video that can take off can change your numbers also really fast. But let's think about it. 8,000 has a shape, so it's almost 500,000 minutes. Or in that example, it's about 100,000 views. So is it possible? Yes, but does calling it possible make it realistic for someone building on weekends? Probably not, because the calculator can count the viewer's time. It can count yours. Those 100,000 views don't show up on their own. Somebody has to research, write, film, edit, package the whole video, upload, and then basically go study what happened and do it all over again. And when you don't have a team, that somebody is basically you. So the harder question isn't, can I earn 100,000 views eventually? It's basically what part of my life keeps paying for all of that work until I do. And when you have a job full-time or part-time, does not matter. Saturday and Sunday aren't empty production days. That's time could be spent with your kids or your partner, or maybe time to clean the house, go buy groceries, take care of somebody, walk the dog, just rest, or just basically feel like a person again before Monday comes back. So I work part-time, and every video still makes me choose where my attention goes. I research, I write, I film, I edit my videos, I make the thumbnail, I upload, and then I go study what happened with my videos. And when you're small, there's no editor waiting for your footage. Nobody's studying your analytics while you sleep. You are the entire channel. And there's part nobody puts in these videos. It's not only your time, it costs money too. The editing software, you need to pay for the thumbnail tools, maybe AI tools if you use them, the mic, the lights. the camera you upgraded because the first one wasn't good enough, maybe a website, maybe music you licensing so you don't get a copyright claims. And basically, all of that comes out of the job, out of the same money that pays your rent and your groceries. You're not spending profit. There's basically no profit. So you're paying for this out of pocket every month on a channel that hasn't paid you back basically any single dollar back. So when YouTube doubles that number, they're not just asking for more of your time, they're asking you to keep funding it basically for longer. And there's still something inside you that you want to make or teach or share or just simply help people with. And I feel it too. I have that urge too. That's why when I hear people say, if you want it badly enough, you'll find the time. I know it sounds so simple from the outside, but wanting it more does not create another 24 hours. It doesn't give your brain basically unlimited capacity. And it also does not stop the bills. So I want to ask you something, and I really mean it. Did this announcement really shock you the way it shocked me? Because if you have a job, if you have kids, family, or just a life you're not willing to give up, does 8,000 feel realistic for the life you actually have? I really want to know, what's your situation looks like? Who's this actually landing on? And, before their answer becomes grind harder or just quit YouTube, there's one closer milestone. YouTube didn't move, but it also does not solve this for every channel. The early access level still starts basically at 500 subscribers, 3 valid public uploads in 90 days, and either 3,000 valid public watch hours or 3 million short views. And this one can basically unlock something like memberships, unlock super thanks, super chats, super stickers, jewels and gifts, and it's also do the shopping if you meet the requirements for each of those separately. And yes, that's basically a closer milestone, but it still isn't full ad and premium revenue sharing. And memberships are completely different things. So it's not the platform paying you for the attention your videos brought in. It's basically you asking your viewers to pay you directly every single month. So your viewers are already giving you their time. You may not want to ask a small audience to take on another monthly payment. And unlocking the button does not mean anybody uses it. So shopping and affiliate links, they do fit some channels, I would say, kind of more naturally, but review channel, a product channel, they got some things to recommend. But what if you make educational videos or art or personal stories, or you documenting a hobby? Are you supposed to find a new camera or notebook to link under every single upload? Affiliate income can help, but it just does not replace platform revenue in every niche or every single video. And there's another thing I also want to show for you right here. YouTube says it can still run ads on channels below that higher level while the creator gets no share of it. So that's the part that feels kind of basically different to me, because the platform can already be earning around your content, but the point where you get to share it just moved more farther and farther away. So the 500 tier is real and it helps some people, but fan funding is viewer support and shopping depends on your niche. So neither one automatically replaces full ad and premium sharing. And if long form is moving farther away, then shorts maybe sounds like the other good route. But for new applicants starting basically February 1st, the door becomes 20 million qualified shorts views in 90 days. And right now we have 10 million. And there's also another different rule right here. And this one basically people mix up. So creators who already earning from shorts, they will need 10 million views, qualified short views in 90 days to keep that revenue basically going. And if they drop below 10 million views, then they start in a partner program and keep earning from long form. But the shorts part just pauses until they crosses the 10 million views again. And this is basically mine, 0 shorts views. So for a small creator, 20 million views in 90 days, it's not a backup plan. That's just basically a bigger wall. And that does not mean that nobody should make shorts if they actually serve your audience. Of course, create them, use them. But if that's the same vertical video is already getting you more reach on something like TikTok and Instagram, I understand why this gives you less reason to prioritize YouTube Shorts. So both routes into full revenue sharing just got more farther and farther away. And that's usually when the next advice show up. Build a website, start a newsletter, make a product, sell a service, learn affiliate marketing, and keep making all of the videos too. But good advice, they can quietly turn into 5 more unpaid jobs. So AdSense isn't the only way a channel can earn. And I actually made a whole video about 7 ways a small channel can start building income before 1,000 subscribers. But I also want to be careful about how casually we tell somebody who's already basically doing every job alone to diversify. Some people, they don't want to become coaches or course sellers or a product business. They want to make useful videos and basically get a fair share of what those videos earn. I don't think that's unreasonable. If another route naturally fits what you already make, treat the options basically like a menu. Pick one. Don't let one announcement convince you that you need 7 different businesses right now. But I also know this feels very, very discouraging. It brought my mood down and it made me think a lot harder about how I want to keep building my own channel. And I also want to share with you that I'm not quitting YouTube over this. I may run a few quiet experiments because I actually want to understand how the alternatives looks like right now, but I want to have actual real results before I tell you what I think about those alternatives. So for now, I might need to treat YouTube a little less like a race toward monetization and more like a place where I keep creating and keep getting better at this. Because if monetization lands, it lands. If it takes longer, I guess it takes longer. Because YouTube can change your requirement, but it cannot take away what you learn building your channel. Nobody can take away the fact that you learn how to take an idea, film it, edit it, package it, and understand your audience and finish something you didn't know how to make a year ago. Those skills are still yours, whether your earn page is green yet or not, and you can still work toward monetization. I still am. Just pay attention to what it's costing you. Don't pay for it with your family, your health, or the parts of your life that give you something worth sharing in the first place. And YouTube can move the threshold, but we still get to decide what we're willing to sacrifice for it. And if this higher AdSense bar has you wondering what you can actually build before YouTube shares ad revenue with you, you can watch this video next. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next one.